does not come and collect me, post haste, I will assemble them myself.
My lady, the prince is sent for. He is an athlete, after all.
Good man.
He trains in preparation for the games.
If he's not prepared now, he'll never be. What's he competing in, anyway?
Wrestling.
We shall see. So, pray tell, guardsman, who's your commander?
Telion.
Not the king?
And the king.
My lord Telion must have great sway over affairs here to have first allegiance from his warriors. Your deference suggests he must be a great warrior after all, or at least one of great character. What say you, guardsman? No retort? You tremble, boy. Am I making you uncomfortable?
The heat befalls me.
Worse will befall you, prince, if I'm left unsatisfied. This is a lovely palace.
I do not take threats lightly.
I don't make them idly. I'm here for what is owed to me. If my dues are not given, I'll take them. You don't look like a servant.
I tremble under the scrutiny of a snake.
You stand too tall for my tastes. Kneel. I'm not known for my comedy.
I bow for the lords of this house.
Telion?
You are no master to me.
What daring? Our gods are not known for their forgiveness, but lucky for you, I'm only half of one.
Prince is coming.
What?
He'll be sent for and find none to welcome him, let alone the disrespect he has shown me.
His apologies will be most sincere, Princess.
I pray you speak true, Delia, else my father may skin him for a coat. Go on, make haste. We don't want to see what should happen if my rooms be out of order.
I would be loath to miss it, my dear. Her rooms are really quite extravagant.
Oh, don't look so sullen.
That in order.
You think yourself witty?
It is not for a servant to think for himself.
But of himself.
All men think of themselves. The question lies in how.
And how do you fancy yourself, guardsman?
Fanciful at best. You.
Best, at best.
All is in order, my lady.
To my chambers, then. I'll see the prince in the morning for breakfast, and no sooner, no later, for that matter. Dinner tonight I take in my room. Guardsman?
My lady.
The page speaks of Callista. Where is she hence?
In her rooms. Despite you.
I oft spite you in my rooms.
Yes, but she fights with bile and with hate.
How charming.
She's not particularly the kind to servants.
This is the king's fault, you know. He set me up for this. That man will put me in a grave.
And so handsome you will be when I fetch you from Hades' home.
You are a hopeless man.
Now this next is the morning following, after a night of the princess's plotting, the king's dreams of ambition, and the prince's terrors of what's to come.
First opportunity before the whole of the world, praying against all my strengths.
What would you have me do? Introduce a music tournament? Prove my heir is capable of leading my army with, what, his flute? His lyre? Put the whole battlefield to sleep, why don't you? Sends the arena to a dreamland. Kings weave flowers into reeds. And shed no blood.
I could win a foot race. If it must be with weapons, allow me my bow and arrows. Music festival, why not? If I am as promised a king as you say, why then have you opposed me to my gifts? Why do you want me to fail so completely?
You are as promised as the prophecy says. You will succeed. This is our chance to earn the respect of our neighbors, our allies, our enemies. Your only chance, as you so eloquently reminded this court. Yet you demand I ease the challenge. Play to your strengths. I have seen your strengths, boy. I am not impressed.
Why am I not surprised?
For all your charming artistry, the least you could do is romance a girl properly. But no, you shamed her. And now I have to clean up your mess.
She arrived early by more than a day. How was I supposed to know she would come so soon?
You haven't even met her. How can you dishonor her already? We must do better now. Prove yourself worthy of her affection. By the gods, keep your thoughts to yourself.
High Princess Callista of Ithaca, daughter of Ares of Olympus.
Princess Callista, come feast at my table. I trust our accommodations were to your satisfaction.
All but few, thank you.
We here at Cordelia invite you to share in our bounty tonight and for many nights to come. I heard tell of your timely arrival. Tell me, are there more of your party joining us in the coming days?
I have who's with me, and whoever follows is without consequence. I would know my promised lord.
I would be numb.
Is my face so displeasing to you, Prince?
No.
Turn your eyes to me. What, do you fear I'll bewitch you?
I hope it's lethal.
Not so great a warrior after all.
I beg your pardon.
All my sons have trained in the arts of war. Automedon in the South Sea, Diomedes in the East, Aethalides in the West. Teleon honed his craft on our shores with our proud Archaon here. Between the five of them, they have knowledge enough to take on the whole of Mycenae.
You number a servant among your sons?
Archaon is ward to me. I owe his father a great debt, and have taken him on for his education. He has served our house well.
How kind of you. So, Teleon, you remain safe at home while your brothers face peril overseas?
Half-brothers.
And you are half a man?
I don't find your remarks endearing, Princess.
I don't appreciate your tone.
You insult my honor in my own hall.
By the fates, what did you eat?
This alliance will do much to decide the fate of the Ionian Islands, including turn the tide against your enemies, Princess. Teleon, control over the mercantile sectors.
Swinging a blade behind stone walls is hardly a display of courage.
Did you hear that around the loom?
I have defended my island from 100 foes that would rob our kingdom and burn our towns. I could do it again with one arm behind my back. You couldn't raise a hand against a field mouse.
I've heard much tell of your feats, Princess, but I am astounded that your manners remain uncriticized.
Uncriticized. I am the most gifted woman of the sword to grace the sands of the Mediterranean. I'll be the strongest military leader in the world. The oracle herself decreed it.
And the oracle is mad.
Only if
Children.
that is from that queen. How's that for lethal?
You know nothing.
So beset by lunacy, she mistook her own child for a sacrifice. What did Chrysanthe take you for? A bird? A cat? A weak, brain little lamb?
Teleon!
And keep my mother's name out of your mouth.
Or what? Little lamb, are you going to fight me? You'd make a fine match, I think. Delia, isn't he adorable?
No longer subject myself to this nonsense.
Half savage.
Nor dare to test me in such a move.
Worry not. I'll save it for the games.
Games?
The Olympiad. We'll hold a special game of my design in honor of my father.
There has been no word of this.
Sport play with the Zyphos.
In all these 100 years, the Olympics have never been a blood sport.
In all these 100 years, a child of Ares has never competed. Think of it as an honorarium. Look, I offer a prize. Delia?
By the gods!
Is that
The sword of Timopsis' trial, the yet unclaimed prize of the legendary tournament. It is fine, is it not?
Himachus died for that sword.
Haemachus died defending his land.
Lands watered by the blood of a generation.
Here we glorify in the games.
Surely you wouldn't shun a gift from the fort of Hephaestus himself.
Father, you can't possibly entertain this.
There will be one game, one match between champions of your choosing. First fall.
Or first blood. Whichever comes first.
I must inform the kings of this.
Well, let it be a surprise. I play my own champion.
Ah, you mean you brought an athlete that you sponsor?
I mean what I said.
I'm not fighting for that sword.
Oh, are you scared?
How are you not?
I appreciate your attempt at performative chivalry. It's very sweet.
You wouldn't know sweet if it stabbed you in the chest.
With a mythic sort of hero?
Are you out of your mind?
No! Oh! Vipers, the two of you! Callista. The performance to open the games would no doubt make a lively addition to the Olympiad, but women's involvement is unprecedented.
You would deny a proven warrior of Olympian blood from a sacred festival honoring that very power?
Heracles returned that sword to the gods for a reason.
How do you intend to select your opponent on such short notice?
That's easy. I challenge him.
You guilty fiend!
Guardsman, speak.
My lord king, you cannot allow this!
Silence! The two of you will compete in the games for your honor. The other kings shall be given an opportunity for their own
That
champions.
sword is cursed.
The king has
You
spoken.
have my hand
I
orchestrate
bid you
mad
be
for
silent.
blind adoption.
Such outbursts will not be tolerated further. Is that clear? Provided the challenge is answered to satisfaction, the wedding is planned for the event's finale. It will be a grand spectacle. Two lovers pitted against one another in glorious battle and united in marriage. It's poetic. Arrangements were made with the Ithacan queen some months prior. The wedding was always set. It is only the circumstances that have changed. Helion, I would have relayed this sooner, but as I've said, the circumstances have changed.
My king,
Speak.
why so soon?
Twould make an easier husband in death, although I concede.
Seems you will have an Amazon for a bride, my son. So now, I give you leave to prepare yourself. Tell me more about the might of this blade.
Why didn't you stand?
If I stand any wider, I'll be sitting.
Sir, it's going to knock you over. Your grip is too tight. Relax.
This is madness. Why am I the one training when you're the one
watching
watching
you dance.
You're in peculiar spirits.
It's been a peculiar day.
Seriously?
Apologies, Lord Helion.
If you don't mind, I'm trying to train for the Olympics here, if that's all right with you.
Oh, Telion, the Olympian.
Listen, Archeon, the plan, my heart's changed on it. Scheming will do no good.
Oh, look at you keeping up, playing smart.
And I'll hold you to your word in this. My pride is not worth your life.
When I offered to die, you begged me to lie. When that lie came to death, you bid me lie again. I'm beginning to sense a pattern here, beloved.
How can you be so jovial?
It is not that great. It's my prince.
Don't call me that. I hate it when you call me that.
Callista won't so much as touch you before I get my hands on that sword.
You stood by my word at breakfast. You told my father.
The king should have never allowed you to be challenged. It's dangerous.
Precisely.
He should have advocated for a proven warrior.
Like you. You lust after the sword.
I do not lust.
Lie.
Its return from the heavens is a black omen. Archaon. Why does she have it? Where did she get it? Why bring it here and not hold her tournament in Ithaca? And the Olympics are Zeus's festivity. Is it wise to want to act in light of that?
The king has approved the tournament, and Callista has challenged you. The sword is at stake. As for you, you will not get any real danger. Look at me. I will not faint.
It's not what I'm worried about. My father has never so much as raised his voice at me, nor you him. Everyone in that room was out of sorts. Me, I've never been so angry in my life.
What about the time?
This is different. It was an awful, cloying sap rising in my gut. It was like nothing I've ever felt. It wasn't me.
She insulted
Okay.
your mother.
I would never kill over mere words. Do you remember the Blood King of Hema?
Heracles killed him.
Heracles killed him because, for amusement, he bade heroes slaughter one another for the chance of claiming Aaron's unwinnable sword. The whole city was a battleground. The sword is stained by so much evil, not even Heracles kept it.
Perhaps. Or perhaps not. Callista would know for certain, wouldn't she?
It's a poor omen, and that's enough. I've never met anyone so contemptuous in my life.
It does excite you, though, doesn't it?
This is her way of wooing me. She's failing.
You didn't feel it, though. Lightning in the air.
I felt it all right. Made me sick to my stomach. Some demigod power inherited from a father, I'm sure of it.
I wonder if she feels it, too.
Why don't you ask her next time you see her? While you're at it, find out if she's going to kill me or not.
Perhaps we ought to be kinder to our god folk.
She called my mother the Mad Queen. She called me half a savage, half a man.
It can't be easy overflowing with power like that.
You twice cut with the salted blade. I tell you, I smile not.
'Twas a cold way to dawn the morn.
That girl is a harbinger of death.
If this magic aura you allege legit, something inherited from her father, it is a part of her nature. Man cannot be blamed for his nature. Woman, case,
You would meet her in a match yet speak of kindness before?
I would be little use to you and your Amazon bride were I in prison.
Let her have my head if she wants it. Would prove a simpler design.
Do not speak of such things.
Not so jovial now. Peace. Kill my reputation, Archaon. Callista will have my head or my hand, regardless of my appeal. My father is gleeful to let her.
You are resigned to the marriage, then.
As you say, it is set.
And I don't suppose you anticipate yourself falling for her feminine charms.
Not a chance.
Always so certain. Tell me, do you see the future?
I like to call it common sense.
Maths is common enough.
I do not. Romance.
Fantasy, I have seen it. And I tell you, you do.
You remember those days very differently.
When your mind is set on it, courting is child's play.
You would say that. You love like breathing.
And breathe as I love that it gives me life.
Would you be married?
There's always been you. I suppose I could. I wouldn't hate it.
Truly.
Women are beautiful. They have lilting voices. They are soft and light. Not unlike you, my prince. I would never seek to be married. I would only do so if I met someone very special and had your leave, of course.
Ladies, let's lost loves live.
But no matter. You are my moon and stars and glorious sun, and I will never be parted from you.
And when I marry, what then?
And nothing. My heart will never turn from you, even if you were married.
I'd make a wretched husband if he doesn't kill me first.
Is that a threat?
No, just when I picture what marriage would be like, being a lord and watching her dance, caring what she wears, siring children, and all that entails. It makes me. Ah,
Not even once.
I would rather carve out my still beating heart and eat it.
I can't say I understand, but my promise holds true.
No matter. I'll marry her if I must. I need not punish myself with her company in the meantime.
You'll get used to her. I've never seen such a spitfire.
One harsh word, Callista, and father gave up on a century of tradition. He'd let her bring a cursed artifact, let her facilitate a tournament. As far as he's concerned, she can do whatever she likes, and I may as well not speak at all.
The kings and princes of the whole world are here. Allowing a woman to compete would, well, it would certainly ruffle the pride of many. You'll see half the contestants drop out before the torch is lit. It will be a joke. Then we will see what becomes of Callista and this new game.
Believe me, I know. But Ares is going to skin me alive, remember? What do you think he'll do to my father?
Start a war?
Who would be foolhardy enough to fight against the warring god?
That's what men are for. Defending king and country and their wives at home, no matter the foe.
I suppose all men of quality have such wives.
Beloved?
How much can a man love a woman?
Oh. Much.
As much as he could love a man, would you say?
Heart willing.
A man could love a man, heart willing. Perhaps even more so a woman. It is a natural thing.
What is that?
Man cannot be blamed for his nature.
I will not be accused by wit. Speak plain.
You called her a spitfire.
She is no lamb in the field.
Your taste for hot words and guile are not unknown.
I love you as the sun loves the grass, as the moon loves the night, as the sea loves the shore. I had not promised then, and since have given you no cause to doubt.
You would be
You
married.
waited years.
You would be married were it not for me.
I stand by as your groomsman, and jealousy weighs not my heart. He would have me go about with shields about my eyes like a flightful horse, speaking nothing but devotion to you, and I do so. You would have me be cold and callous. You would have me be as a wayward child tied to his mother, and I do so.
Wait, my blessing? Is that meant to comfort me?
What of myself have I kept? I do not rage. I do not scavenge.
You were supposed to say no.
There is none. True. You would pick my course with your fears till the dogs drove you off of me.
It is nothing. Nothing.
It pains me that you doubt.
It is not you I doubt. Be still.
You could yet find contentment with any scullery maid or noblewoman if it were not for your
No word of
deliverance. You said as much yourself. It is a natural thing.
I am not natural. I would marry you in a moment, a breath, a blink. Were I a woman, I would wed you, and your eye would never turn. There would be no kingship, no bloody tournament, no fighting, no more fighting.
I cannot spare you your kingship, Telion. But in tournament I have sworn to take your place, and I always honor what I have sworn. I am bound to you as any husband to his wife. And if you were a woman, I cannot say that I would love her so well. For she would be a stranger, and not my prince. You cannot make such vows. You are not free.
I am free today.
Accusations, cold lashes, and glares. With that freedom you swear to love?
My nerves are beyond me, and my tongue. I'm sorry.
You marry in days' time, and demand vows from me, and yet will not take them yourself.
You pledge binding to me as a husband to his wife. But remember Odysseus. Words only mean so much.
Penelope forgave. You do not.
I forgive, lover. You blush because I do not forget. Why?
Care for practice round, Prince?
We train in private.
Then let us train. Privately.
I'll not cross words with you again.
Would you cross bronze?
I don't fancy being cursed. Only the gods know what else you brought with you.
Cursed. Prince, the sword of Haemachus' trial was untested power, yes, but it is not cursed. She who wields it is lended strength in her arms that she may accomplish her designs. It is not the sword to fear, but the sword bearer.
Such power twists the mind.
Weak minds.
All men are corruptible.
But they are redeemable, are they not?
I depart. Forgive me.
Pity. To think I wore my kitty niskos for him. What say you, guardsman? Is my visage yet wasted?
Could you flaunt yourself someplace else?
And deprive you of my splendor?
Eurydice alive.
Your commander makes himself scarce, you know.
I know it.
You don't like me?
I don't know you well enough to like you.
You wouldn't, if you did know.
It will be easy then, keeping your barbs from him. Those I dislike, Teleon hates.
And what is he without his guard dog?
He is never without.
I hear his queen prefers cats. What gutter did they fish a man like you? Arcadia, was it? Never heard of an Elaean-loving Arcadian.
Who told you that?
Your king is a lover of wine, good Archaon. Most favored of Olympia.
Lycaeus has reason to indulge you, but you'll find no such enchantment in me.
Oh, my aching heart is Arcadian and a thistle too.
Your priorities fascinate me, princess. One would think you'd spend less time antagonizing the staff and more endearing yourself to your betrothed, who will all but certainly hate you when he sees you for what you really are.
And what is that, oh perceptive poet?
A snake, as deadly as you are vicious.
I believe it's pronounced coquettish. You see, the idea is I up to you,
And then what?
you fall madly in love with me, surrendering all of your power and assets to my disposal.
You're right, Callista. I don't much like you. To think to have a harpy for a queen.
You're little more than your prince's pet. Soon I'll have word to dismiss you, and that cowering child won't know his love from his
You
love.
wouldn't dare.
I do dare. And you're honor bound to help me. You see, Lycaeus himself swore your aid. He said you vowed to king and country to secure the prince's marriage. But the king's not your master, is he? I could help you. If you sway Teleon to me, I can elevate your station as high as you'd like. You're meant to be leading battalions, fighting for glory. Your name, blessing on the lips of all the men beneath you. Archaon, the champion of Olympia. Wouldn't your father be proud?
Hold your tongue, Rach.
All your desires are written on your faces, plain a story told in the stars.
Were it night, princess, your blood would paint this blade.
Fanciful, not so well trained after all.
Nothing but a siren on the rocks.
None for me, sweet Delia. I've greater thirst to quench.
Miss Delia, a word? My child, what have you done?
Laid my hand.
And how fares the opposition?
I'll win the sword in the trial, but the prince flees at the sight of me like a bird from a cat.
You do like the hunt.
I don't care for the hunt. I want the victory. Without my victory,
Your father was
don't speak to me about what Father Dino didn't say. He speaks more clearly to me than he speaks to you. This Telion is pathetic. A piglet of a man, mother. He is not. Oh, he met my challenge before, but now he runs away. And while sweet on the eyes, he has no flame for me at all. And that boorish guardsman of his I have to handle because without his help, I fail. And it's desperately unfair. And I have to.
I understand that you are disappointed, dearest. This Aelia place is not all you hope.
You did not attend me.
You disappeared without notice.
You were slow to follow.
My liege called upon you.
Does this not take precedent? Do I not?
Spoken. What will come to pass will come whether I attend to you or not.
Your fool husband.
My husband is no fool.
He's a cuckold. Be a great queen if you were rid of him.
Don't you so little of love, child?
I'm not destined for love.
That you are disappointed. What can I do?
Have my blade sharpened.
First blood, Callista.
First blood from his heart.
My understanding of events do not paint him a coward.
It's in his eyes, mother.
You spoke ill of Chrysanthemum.
It was true.
What son would he be not to defend his mother?
And a haughty guardsman of his won't allow me within a horse's length of him, and he hides behind his girth. I have no way to him and little desire left to chase.
Your father.
I know what father said.
Grace does not come naturally to you. I know this well. But you can be so charming when you want to be. Why not be charming?
You know the fate of Ares' other daughters.
Once again, for the love of your
Bears
father.
and gray birds all change shape so they might tear flesh easier. Beasts. All of them.
And queens, princess, warrior queens.
The Amazons are nymph born.
You are chosen. You're different.
And if I fail, as all the others,
Erdolos is red glory bound, in Aelia where soul's half is found. Twin shores shall the lady see, on one a maid, on both queen. The first is obvious. You'll find glory where you find your husband. The second, Ithaca is one shore, where you are a maid, and Aelia is another. Queen of twin shores.
you forgot the middle part.
Maid, beware the bloodied feast.
Morning bride, evening beast. What could that possibly mean if not failure? Even the chance of failure.
An Ares-born beast is no novelty. You've lost naught but your milk teeth all your life. A warning is as a warning does. It warns. Have you noticed any signs of trouble? Save your ghoulish commentary against the queen.
You mean other than frightening my betrothed so thoroughly he can't bear to look me in the eyes?
You mentioned difficulty with the guard.
The prince's bedmates.
Princes,
Arcan of Arcadia, son of Daedalus.
whatever gave you that idea?
I overheard them, your grace, in the training yard. There's trouble in paradise, it seems.
What kind of trouble?
Squabbles about the marriage, jealousy, perhaps a wandering eye. There's deception afoot regarding the tournament. Princess, you're right to suspect the guard's lust for glory.
Deception.
Treachery of any kind cannot be tolerated during the games. It is a
What
grievous
deception?
Archeon intends on taking Telion's place. He'll disguise himself with armor
And take
and
a sword for himself. A snake, he calls me, yet he be an adder in the brush.
I only know of the plot to change places. There is no word of the blade.
It's the greatest prize in all of Greece. Of course he wants the sword. No matter. I will destroy him. He will beg for his life, and I will laugh.
Tomorrow you will draw with the guard.
I will not lose on purpose.
You cannot lose. You cannot shade the crown correctly. It will sour the heart of the king. No, you offer a draw. I reveal the deception. Prince is shamed, and the guard is taken care of.
Leave me.
Callista, this is your future, your destiny. So what if there are convolutions along the way? You'll be queen of twin shores and reign in red glory as it is decreed.
The princess must retire. She needs her rest for tomorrow. Very well.
You are your father's daughter, Callista, and you are mine.
How can this go on?
The marriage, princess?
Yes, the marriage.
Princess?
Of course, I'll be queen and I'll win glory. There's no question in that.
Then what is the question?
Why is it so hard?
What is it you want?
Nothing is so difficult for me. Nothing in the world.
Don't mean to displease you.
My only friend is a handmaiden.
Princess.
I'm married in days' time, Delia. Where's the other half of my soul?
Callista.
Everywhere I go, I am deceived and despised and suspected, and I've written off every other servant but you. What do you say? Did I frighten you into loyalty?
No.
Are you thrilled now? Do you await the transformation? Do you lie with bated breath for spring-sprite chambers and a flood of red and a tigress with blood-wet fur in my place?
Who am I to weigh anything of you? You are a goddess among plain women. I am nothing in the wake of your light, princess. You're so radiant. Tigress or no?
Flattery and nonsense.
I am your shadow and would be your right hand. Your spy today, have I not done well?
Oh, that you were the damned Princess Delia. He would suit this crown far better.
Where are you going?
On a walk.
The courtyard is lovely this time of night.
Alone. I'll have no shadow tonight.
I don't mean to displease you. I don't mean to bring on these tantrums, yet I step ahead of it. I plan and watch and mind you better than you mind yourself. And I somehow miraculously fail. Time and time again, I am chastised as though my efforts mean nothing, as though I have not been behind your every step, waited at your door when you went away, you when you would cry, tended to you when you were sick, and said nothing of your pride, arrogance, or folly. So I am your confidant, servant, tears. Oh,
I like to hear you talk.
princess,
Please speak to me more.
I fear there's been a misunderstanding.
I was wrong to shout. I'm always wrong to shout.
You were making jest of Sappho and marrying a woman. You suggest your kiss.
No jest.
I don't.
Oh,
I'm not.
I see.
Princess,
'Twas a fleeting thought, anyhow, a fantasy.
my husband awaits my return to Ithaca. I told him my leave was for the Olympiad. After your wedding,
You cannot be all.
I am all to you I know to be.
Am I your best friend, Delia?
Princess?
How long have you been married? A year? 2? You fell in love, arranged a wedding, got married, all without telling me. Why do you hide your life? Or am I just too dense to see what's in front of me?
I'm delighted to be in your service, Princess, from the depths of my heart, but in light of this, I understand if you dismiss me ahead of time. I shouted anyhow, and no servant equality scolds her mistress.
I won't dismiss you, Delia.
At your word. If I may presume,
You may.
it's this promised lover you seek, no? And the guardsman is an obstacle. Maybe you need a new path. You're straight on like a bull, and this Talion is more deer-like in temperament. Perhaps Tigress's approach is more fitting.
The prince is a cowardly swine. It cannot be him.
I wouldn't say I'm known for my fighting spirit, but you like me well enough.
That is true. If the prince has taken a guard for a lover, perhaps he would appreciate a stronger approach anyhow. I must endear myself to him.
Shall I accompany you on your walk?
Not tonight. I try my hand at princely machinations. Aphrodite willing, guard fulfills his duties elsewhere.
Taichi's blessing, Princess.
Aphrodite and Taichi both. What a maze this palace is.
Mother! Mother,
Oh, welcome, welcome. Are you eating well? Oh, your pallor is grim. Are you getting enough sleep?
mother, please.
Oh, the mountain, yes, Olympus Yarrow. What did Apollo show you? What did you see? You know I can't see. Not since that night.
My warnings rot in my mouth like grapes fallen from the vine. No one heeds me. I may as well be speaking to empty rooms, to the tombs that will bear their names when all this is done. Now, I've come to expect this from father. He never listens. But Archaon, he plays deaf to me. Set to ruin himself for nothing. Stupid man, stupid,
Have you told
proud,
him this vision?
fool. What, so he can chide me and laugh at the king?
Archaon is a good and honest man, Teddy, and you would do well to honor him.
He is a man, yes.
You think poorly of him?
I think of him. I dream of him, and I wake tearful and mourning like a widower. And when I call on my mother, she tells me I dishonor him.
Said no such thing.
You love him better.
Not so.
No, don't deny it. I love him better than myself. Father wants him for a son. Why should you feel any differently? Indeed, he is the pinnacle child.
Divine gifts come with a price.
Poverty strikes in my grief. I cannot pay it.
Archaon will know you speak true.
No.
Tell him the fullness of what troubles you, and he will heed.
He will call me
Oh,
Thespian.
he will understand the danger.
He will understand that I am broken and in need of mending. He will take me on as a burden and see further cause to coddle me, placate me, lie to ease my mind.
Am I broken? Am
Mother,
I a burden in need of protection?
only the gods know how you've survived this place so long. Rambling on about destiny, talking to the air. They speak worse of you than they would the dead. They call you savage, deranged. They call you mad. I cannot tell him. I may stand confinement, but not if his hand turns the law.
Is he capable?
Father charged him with convincing me. Archaon agreed, said he would see me married by the king's law. Our father made him captain. So far, he's been true to his word. Bid me extend kindness to Callista, to respond with compassion to her threats of devastation. I told him I will do no such thing. I balk at the idea of marriage. I thought we were of one mind in that. It's a little thing. I could easily enable such trifles, and Archaon is in no shortage of admirers. The expectation is reasonable, in fact, inevitable for a man of his rising status. Man of quality must have a wife. He must have strong sons and beautiful daughters, that is well.
But
I see him wanting for children, for social stability, for normalcy. And all I hear is, you, Talion, are not enough. Indeed, I'm not. I can't be. Such is the way of things. I should be grateful. I should be willing and glad. Archaon wants to give me what he desires most in the world, and I wish I was dead.
play for me.
Wow.
Sing, O muse, and play me a tune of grief for this son of mine who cries for death. You warm me better than wine. My weary bones find rest in you, and the sorrow in my heart gives way to peace. You are more than enough, Teleon, the pride of my name and the joy of my life.
There's nothing like a mother.
Nothing like your mother. Do you trust him?
I want to.
Then trust that your bond is more than chance. There is no chance. There's more to life than what lurks in the dark.
And if I fail, if I'm too late,
My son, Your time on this earth is a gift. Every passing moment is a blessing. You are never too late for this world, as the sun never misses its time to rise.
I want to apologize for what I said. It was unfair.
Hopefully, penitence will endear him to reason.
I will keep him out of that arena and away from that sword.
Lead well, Teleon. Visit sooner than last. My lord Apollo is pleased.
Even now, Selene watches on report to my cousin, and his eye is on you in the day. His blessings are incoming.
It has been too long,
The confinement is cruel.
as is life, and as my life ends, so shall my confinement. Until then, I live. Bring peace to my son, traveler, if you're able, and give my love to he who sends you.
I will do what I can do for you.
Thank you. What is this?
A gift from the god of travelers, that you may one day travel again.
I can hear you, you know. The amphora make for poor cover. There are pillars everywhere. If anyone were hiding, it would have to be among them.
You all spoke so softly 'twere water in my ears.
That, or someone on that mountain fails to appreciate eavesdropping. Now then, Ithacan with a Hamian sword. What do you want?
I would marry your son.
He's not keen. You won't find an exit that way.
The page
He
went.
flies like a bird. These are my gardens, and myself. I tell you there'll be no exit that way.
Forgive my disturbance.
Pray tell, what is your impression of my son? If you could be his bride.
None, Your Highness.
If you must lie, do so well.
Well, he strikes me as pathetic, worm. And I have been counseled, however, that my judgments may prick too earnestly.
A wise observation. Do you mean to accompany him at this hour?
For words, and no more.
What I would have given for that chance at your age. The king and I barely had a language in common. So I hear Helion is a lover of romance. He swoons at poems and songs.
Songs.
I know I did. And my husband says we're of one cloth. Perhaps it will be the same with him. You'll fail to charm him, though.
You failed to kill him.
Are you often so candid?
I meant no disrespect.
My son, half savage? Never mind, girl, you are not wrong. Ruthless, my son. Passionate. But he keeps himself on a short lead, and his guardsman minds him well.
I have a prophecy to fulfill, and Teleon will play a heavy part, guardsman or no
The
guardsman.
prince has a destiny of his own.
Is it true
Is what true?
that you went mad and you tried to sacrifice him?
There are two sides to a mirror, princess. The side you touch and the side you see. Mind your desires. You may yet be a morning bride.
Where did you come from?
The queen prefers to take her supper in peace.
Worry not, darling son of Daedalus. It is time I retire. Oh.
Have you romanced the whole court?
What? Why are you here? These gardens are all but surrounded by walls. Did you climb the walls?
I don't answer to you.
Answer me.
Am I under arrest?
Tell me.
I go to serenade my paramour.
You're what?
Precisely. Now, if you would unhand
Tell me true or die where you stand. A foreign warrior, skulking unwanted in the night, spying.
I would speak with Teleon.
If you harm so much as a hair on his head, I will have yours.
Was that a threat? Where are you taking me?
To your room. I'll stand by the door till Celine sleeps if I have to.
It must be difficult, being so paralyzed by fear you're willing to slay a woman for a word.
I have no reason to fear you.
And yet you snarl and snap like a cornered beast. Stand aside.
What sort of honor have you? That you don't so much as speak without magic. God power flows from you like rain from a cloud, like fog from the mountain. It's suffocating.
Then choke.
Stop it.
Make me. You're brave, Arcan. A gentle friend, I think, but what bite? I liked you better in the hall pleading on your knees.
What is your aim? You arrive early by more than a day, insult the prince, insult the queen, and challenge your betrothed to the Olympics of all things!
And the sword.
And the sword! Every blade of grass in these lands is my affair.
And you still run out of people to torment.
It is my duty to know and your obligation to tell me.
Let me pass, that you might live to annoy me another day. How long will you dance with me like this? One step towards the prince, one step back. We both have a fixed interest. All you do is stand to gain.
I cannot.
Why? You promised the king, you denied my offer.
I will not force him onto a path he hates.
You condemn me, then, to a black fate.
What trick now?
It is a miserable youth that sees every tear falls. Why not let me try? If you're so convinced of Talion's hatred for me, why not let me damn myself instead?
You have behaved like a Gorgon at his every turn. What urgency now for goodwill?
A Gorgon you call me, but you be no stone. Look at me. In all of my glory, since you revel so much in my fault. Don't bother. I'm not in a state to be seen. My flame, he's out.
My heart tells me to pity you. To offer a kind word.
Save your kind words for the dirt.
I yet feel a tremor, Callista. A blind anger rattling its cage in my mind. It is not my own.
And I suppose you'll say it's magic?
You deny it?
I do no spells. I chant no verses. I exist as I am in the world, and by habitants people get hurt.
Then it is beyond your will.
Of course not.
Then stop it. Now. My heart beats out of my chest. It echoes in my hands. It takes all of my efforts to keep from doing something that I would regret. I see. You are the sword, then, rather than the wielder.
An evening beast.
Pardon?
Zeus is my watchman, waiting for my next mistake, and when it comes...
Next mistake.
I keep my divinity at bay for now, but soon the thread will break, and all I will see is death before me, so consumed with hunger I won't know my mother's face.
Is it so inevitable as all that? How do you know?
Precedence? Prophecy? There's hope yet in it, the queen says, but I'm less sure every hour.
You don't know well enough to say?
Enemies shrink to fallen foes, and you don't like me.
I don't know you.
And neither will the prince, so long as you're here blocking doors and harassing young women in the night.
You'd better your chances with him if you were nicer.
Is that so?
Probably not. But you might better your chances with me.
A likely story.
You'd have the whole world think you marble.
And I am.
I don't believe it. Let us trade questions.
Some sort of bargain.
Truth for truth. I don't offer a bargain, I extend a wager. Equal exchange, no lies, no deceptions. One night only.
What kind of questions?
All kinds.
Are you the prince's bedmate?
Yes. See, now it's my turn. Why are you so angry?
I don't understand the question.
You say you fight against its effects, that it's a constant effort. No common upset can transform a man into a monster. Woman,
Aye, woman. Woman indeed.
the question, Callista.
No one's asked me that before.
I answered yours.
All the better to provoke me when the time comes.
I've seen many things in my time, but never such a poor sport.
When I was a child, I used to play on the beach, running and jumping and doing drills with the soldiers. My father's will flowed into mine like a stream. I was his champion, his favorite. I suppose I wasn't angry then. I was glorious and proud. And then my mother's husband returned from war and things changed.
You didn't get along?
I suppose he didn't know. I was conceived after his departure and more than 6 years old by the time he returned. Forrest Heaton, he called me. Aries, child berserker. Mother bent to his every word like a sapling. It won't do, they said. She'll never marry. And then it was kit lessons and poetry recitation and dancing. They could never keep me from the barracks, though. I've always been what I am. I never gave it much thought.
That was 2 questions you answered.
Suppose it was.
I'll give you your question and a secret for free to keep it fair.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
Mine was always blue. So what's this secret?
My father betrayed his country. He was executed on the border facing Alea, while his family watched.
I'm sorry.
I still remember it. The blood on my face, the taste of it. We were complicit in harboring him, so we were to be next. But my mother convinced one of the guards to let me go. I don't know what she told him or what she offered in exchange for my freedom, but she told me to run, and I ran. Over the border into Alea, and then when the Aleans found me, they brought me before King Lycaeus, who told me that my father had exposed the plot to kill the royal family and take the city. Talion almost died.
Sacrificed in Apollo's temple.
Poisoned by visions, she claimed the gods told her to do it. It was awful. But Talion survived. And because my father had spared him a son, Lycaeus felt that he owed me a father.
Why do you tell me this now?
Because I know what it is to be angry. All of the time. To be never rid of the embers burning in your stomach. To be brimming with an anger that only settles. Never sleeps.
There are 2 sides to a mirror.
The old proverb. She really is lovely, Chrysanthi. It's hard to imagine her doing what she did. But then again, I remember.
What happened? What did you see?
I'm afraid that's not my tale to tell.
Tell me your real secret. If what you say is true and you feel as I feel, how can you be happy?
Well,
You have your job, your education, your life of relative luxury. You have a lover in the future crown, favor with the king, guaranteed influence.
you make it sound so simple.
But you are not sated.
I believe it is my turn now, Callista.
You're just as rotten as I am and pretend to be better.
What's roused you?
You don't answer because you can't. Because you're not happy, and you deceive me smiling like a
You need to
pretender.
calm down.
No! Why must I be calm when the air is diseased with quiet already? How can it be that everyone is so point of heart they feel no rage,
Peace.
no injustice, no fear, or so yet no desire in the will of man? Are you all happy to live as contented automatons, wandering the earth?
You're not making any of this better.
No, you're making all of this worse. You play these games and you offer your kind words and your coy looks, and like a bird avoids a stone, you avoid the truth.
What truth is that?
That you don't know. Admit it. You don't know anything about life or love or happiness, or else you're cruel not to confess. Prove me wrong. Archaon knows all the secrets to the universe. Better yet, The whole world knows the antidote to this endless misery and conspires, taunting me. Who are you, son of Daedalus the traitor? Who are you to tempt me? I tell you, you're a cruel man.
You overwhelm my head and mind.
A new question. What rouses you?
And not myself.
Of
I must.
fathers and mothers and children, what is it really? What do you deny?
I am denied
What
nothing.
do you want?
I want for nothing.
Every man wants something. And now you fly from my fire while I stand burning.
I do not lie.
What do you yearn for? What does he want, the man who knows not
I
himself?
want the blood of Arcadia.
What else?
I want the head of the man that my father killed us to save.
You want revenge?
I want to be praised. I want to be adored. I want. Oh gods. Almighty gods.
It's you.
No. No.
It's you I was sent to find.
Impossible.
It's you the oracle promised as my
I don't know what that was. Magic, derangement, or power.
You long for power. I heard it by your lips.
I do not.
You would take it. If it would bring your family peace, you would. Their souls wander the earth, you know. They were never burned.
You don't know that.
I would not grant rights to men who betrayed my crown. Would the Arcadian king? Would Lycaeus? Your mother and father go unavenged, and the gods weep for it. Here I am, with power, come to you by the fates' will. You feel my heart, how it beats with the lightness. Your hands hold steady and tremble no more.
I cannot.
You already did.
I cannot tarry. You must let me go.
To the prince, whose father's blood you thirst after, you want to scurry into bed with the son of the king you mean to kill.
I am not myself. I am confused.
Fate, we are brought together. The sword and the wielder. Aphrodite, isn't it? It's poetry.
I care not by whose power this cannot be.
Then swear by the heights of the mountain where truth lives that no fire struck your heart this night. No response? Kiss me again if you be not a coward.
We will now have a short intermission.
Tell you now, for clarity's sake, that Ares, Apollo, and Zeus take stake in the endings that soon follow here, each opposed in some design. Lovers, torn by imperfect faith, the blood princess plays God and fate. A mad queen's eye the future sees, and by her word is crowned a king. Answer me thus, good pilgrims. Seeing all you've seen, would you declare your champion with keener thought? After lots are cast, it is oft the gambler's wish. Lords of Greece! For over 100 years, we in Olympia of Elia have maintained the tradition of Heracles, Epimedes, Isius, and Idas. As the heroes of old, upon the Olympiad, we have entertained the god of all gods, mighty Zeus, with our feats of athleticism, sportsmanship, and honor. And, as the heroes of old, we celebrate the divine commencement of these festivities with the lighting of Hestia's sacred hearth flame, a beacon of ceremony, of warmth, of light, a piece of godliness we hold in our homes and in our hearts. For Athens, Ethiopia, Thessaly, Minea, Minoa, Phia, Posada, our special guests of Ithaca, and our good host the Eleans, this fire symbolizes the eternal flame that is our faith and devotion to the Almighty, to Zeus, to Hestia, to Ares, whose progeny joins today, to all who dwell upon Olympus. Let the games begin.
I implore you, Archaon, stop this foolishness before it starts.
I have done this 100 times before.
You are worth more than whatever glory would come from this ruse. I'm telling you, I don't care if you are the finest warrior in the whole damned country. You will go out there and lay down your sword. We will not go at all.
You're flocking me, mother.
This is an opponent trying to cheat and shame you out of victory. You must remember the plan.
I'm with you now. You're pale as a shade. There's yet time, Archaon. We can flee like mice. Archaon, this sword is no prize for a victor. It is an omen of destruction.
Your plan is no longer necessary.
I have to fight.
Why?
I release you from your oath. However, I beg you, fighting this fight, even to lose, is a cry for death.
I have to. I am bound. I must.
Is this about? It was cruel of me yesterday to berate you for sins long buried. I am vain and jealous, and I let
You were
fear
right.
sharpen my tongue.
You were right to doubt me. I feel nothing but the deepest regret, Telion. I'm not worthy of your care.
Circumstances have changed.
She spoke with the prince.
The gods have other designs for me.
I put a knife to old wounds.
As a son to his father, I owe it to them.
Whatever your fault, you have no harshness from me. Your father wouldn't want you to throw your life away for a privileged debt to me. Be reasonable now and forfeit for the both of us.
Found the other half of my soul, mother. I can't lose.
Callista stakes claim on me. It was my fault. I don't know how it happened.
My challenger. It's written stars. A win for either is a win for both, and besides, you'd never beat me in 1,000 years.
Servant! Child, have you no sense?
All the more reason to stop this before it's too late. Archaon, you have a fever.
Ithaca's champion, bearing the name of Lord Ares of Olympus.
Goodbye, mother.
I have to do this.
You don't have to do anything.
Princess Callista Eridolos of Ithaca.
That sword, I can avenge them. I can finish what was started. I can finally put them to rest.
By the gods, no! Archaon, you're staying here. Fever has frenzied your mind. You're babbling nonsense.
Where are you going?
Going to put an end to this madness. Don't you dare!
Elia's champion, bearing the honor of King Lycaeus.
I will prove myself to you. I swear it.
No! Oh, the proud, empty-headed fools!
Prince Tempra. Now, noble attendees, you may observe that our contestants don armor this day. As a special event to begin the festivities, Elia offers a rare opportunity and a dangerous one. Behold, the famed sword of Himmachus' trial. Only one ever bested the tournament of legend. Heracles himself, child of Zeus, who, upon his success, deemed himself unworthy of the blade till his 12 labors were through. The sword has lain upon the divine mountain for over 100 years, and comes to us now by way of Callista Eridolos, her father's champion. A gift from his temple as a prize for this new game, swordplay with the Xiphus.
I don't need it.
Now, all who wish to compete for the sword may enter the trial.
Where's yesterday's bravado?
However, in honor of our esteemed guests and the Wolf King Lycaeus,
Am I really so frightening?
there's our first blades drawn. To first blood.
And King,
Treason with you.
I thought the pride of a nation so great as Aelia would stand a bit taller. You know, I spoke with Archaon yesterday. He's quite a specimen. You're lucky to have it.
Want to see your lie in action?
let me pass.
Clearly, he's devoted to you. I mean, I practically threw myself at him, but he remains steadfast. Why? What have you promised him that I cannot match? Why is he so afraid to indulge me when so obviously he desired me? Speak, fool, or has a god smitten your tongue?
You fool no one. My queen and princess have discovered your plot, and soon you'll be exposed.
You know you keep him from his innermost desires.
I do not.
Oh, then loose his snare. Let Archaon fulfill his greater obligations. He's too afraid to take them for himself.
Archaon, he is nothing.
Why then does he tremble when I speak?
Father, you have to put an end to it.
What? Hide yourself. What are you doing here?
Cast your eyes about Archaon. We have such an audience. I know what you really want. Honor, vengeance, adoration. Choose me. I would not keep you from such pursuits. Choose to bask in your own light instead of serving in the shadow of a lesser man.
No shame!
I know you're upset, but you have to listen to me. This tournament.
Gone before you make a mockery of us!
You keep your secret now. You see, I can be trusted. I would shame Telion with defeat, but I will not shame you. I can give you glory, fame. I can give you the world. We can raise Arcadia to the ground. We can avenge your family. Together.
The only conspiracy here is of Ithacan design.
Silence, boy!
This tournament is a trap for our demise, and you fell for it.
All you have to do is fight.
And now you've taken all of Greece with you.
Force my hand.
What? Lisa, please. Excuse me, Lady Queen. Lycaeus' champion is triumphant.
This match is void.
There must be some mistake. I can't lose.
I believe I see the girl's mother going to collect
Mother,
now.
Not another word.
Oh, good people of Olympia, beloved pilgrims. This is Archaon, my finest warrior, spited in my house since his youth. Many know him to be a good and honest man. I therefore refute this dishonorable accusation and answer, this man is my champion, Prince Leia.
What?
I
I would Italian.
He is named Telios and has chosen his end. You are named Archaea, beginning, and your life begins now. This convolution has no doubt put a target on your back. If you refuse me now, I cannot save you.
Your son has shamed my daughter in front of king and country. A technicality and a horrific.
My son has fought with craft and intellect and won. The princess shall be given an opportunity to challenge him or the tournament winner again, after her pride is nursed to health.
I never.
If the kings would declare their champions in an honorable assembly, we shall continue the tournament, man against man, for the chance to challenge Prince Archaon of Aelia for the sword of Amachus' trial.
Your kingdom is in no position to refuse alliance, Cora. Not when we have the sword that you so generously placed in our care.
You vile. If it's bargaining power you're after, I cast my lot. Allow you to steward over the sword. You provide funding and support for our naval and military advancement.
What, so you can sink our ships with our own harpoons?
This tournament gathers all the champions of Olympia, leaving any who would otherwise oppose us vulnerable. Our respective heirs join forces, and provided the blessing of our patron Ares, we launch our assault whenever we please.
Did you all uphold the betrothal?
Whichever of your sons, does it matter, provided they bear your seal of support?
What is happening?
All weddings are suspended till we formalize the details. But I have no objection.
You've all gone mad.
Madness is what you have chosen, so mad you must be.
Father.
I know you're not! Be gone from my sight. You shame yourself. Come! There are declarations to sign.
Italian.
Son of Daedalus, to whom do I owe the pleasure?
The son of Lycaeus now.
You have long yearned for his recognition.
I cannot accept it.
Why such sorrow?
Not like this.
And so my son is a common man in these lands.
With a rash proclamation. Perhaps in time the king's mind may be swayed, but as for Telion, he refuses my call.
Your servitude is over.
So it is.
The king favors ambition above all else, valor, dominance. Talion's strengths lie elsewhere, so elsewhere would better serve
I
him.
betrayed him. I denied his will. I stole his birthright. I can never atone for this. I can never right what's been wronged, and it's all due to my selfish wishes. He said, "You'll have no harsh words from me," but he doesn't know. He doesn't
I
know.
never thought to see the lion weep. Come now, he is yet living. You know not which course his heart takes.
You didn't see him. His
Talion
face, he was...
lunges for hate and cannot snare it, as his father hunts for power. All yield to fate. The harder you struggle, the harder you will fall. It was said long ago, no son of the Wolf King will reign. The lost heir comes from the east. The house of Lycaea will fall into hands once regarded amiss.
Unless... barring some tragedy, the prophecy is void. For all we know, Talion could be banished altogether.
The king is an old dog with dreams of grandeur in his flea-ridden bed, unable to be roused from the ditch he sleeps in for deafness. The oracle's words hold true, and my captor is a fool. He did what he could, Lycaeus, to deny the prophecy, attacked on all sides, provoked his allies to avoid his foretold doom. I warned him, though, I warned him. Actions wrought in fear would only hasten divine purposes.
He swears by it
He
now.
Words in his favor. In his mind, Talion is my son, his eastern son from his eastern bride, and so crowning him avoids the tragedy, but it is not to be.
Then you've discerned its meaning.
At the time, I had little understanding of the particulars. I took the vision at its face. My husband would fall by war or conquest or coup. I had hoped to spare my son from torture at the hands of invaders. The raids came. I heard them in the halls. The Arcadian invaders were going to slaughter us like vermin. In my frenzied mind, I thought it kinder. You must understand the depths of care forged by a mother's love. To see him slain for sport, his body desecrated with no rites at his grave, the thought of never seeing him again, not even in death. It was kinder, if not to him, than to me, for he knew nothing, and I was afraid. Apollo's temple was the natural place. It was his gift that gave me sight, even if all I saw was doom. I'd hoped the sun god would take pity on us, on my son. I hoped Apollo would save him if I offered him up.
What? You were prevented. The king intercepted you before any damage was done.
It was done. No god, no man stayed my hand. I watched as his blood filled the bowl. The potion had done its work, the child slept, but I watched him go white. And I heard the gurgle of his breath, and I wailed to the gods to let us die on our knees if we must die. And the gods answered. Were 100,000 voices to decry me a lunatic. I cannot deny what I saw. Golden beams of healing light shone over the red-veiled altar that black night. Apollo took the blood of my boy and gave him his life, blessed him with prophetic gifts. My God, Apollo, he healed my boy, and he cost me no more than the devotion still rooted in my soul. The king took me for a mad savage, had me imprisoned. My son cannot bear to see my face, even after all this time, due to his father's brassy lies. I regret the pain that my actions caused, but I would do it again. Lycaeus would have kept his course till there was no more life to lose. Talion's brush with Thanatos convinced him the gods were in it, that he was blessed, and he was. I saw him blessed and claimed. I saw him die. I saw him wake again.
And what of my parents? They did not rise again. Do you mean to tell me that their deaths, that my orphaning was the will of the gods?
Mean to say that it was by divine providence alone that Talion lived. By that same providence, you were spared the execution of Glock. The time had not yet come for House Lycaea to fall. I'm in the evening of my confinement. Soon we will all be free.
I will never be free. Not so long as my family wanders this earth unavenged.
You would honor the dead above the living.
As you honor the gods.
The lost heir has come from the east, son of Daedalus.
Not so, good lady. The true heirs, they will return. And when they do, they will destroy everything.
Son so close in age was always going to bring ruin. You are the one he trusts. And so do I.
And who among them trust you?
House of Lycaea has fallen into your hands, child. Be gracious. Engage not the divine immortal constraints. She is coming.
I thought to find you here. Would these gardens be a place when we are wed?
No more. No more.
You're troubled?
And the adder bites.
Are we strangers? Have you not seen my heart?
I have.
Speak my name, if you know it.
Callista.
Wonderful. And I do profess you wonderful, and I will profess and profess again for all the joys in my soul.
You are quick to forget your losses. Your name is darkened but an hour past.
Darkened, no. Only doubted, and doubt can be dispelled. Besides, a skirmish, a tryst, a fumble yielded to a grand victory. It's vain to weep for the flying cloud, and the sun yet warms my cheek.
Callista, I must
Calls
be...
me again. At first my name a burden on your tongue, but now a sigh, deepest breath in your lungs like a lover.
You're not lovers.
There's no chance in fate.
There is only chance.
I came here for my victory and my love, and both were granted to me as easily as a wish from my window. The precipice dividing comedy and tragedy is only as precarious as one's own desire to fall, and I see no cliffs.
If I must fall, I must. I've sworn myself already.
An oath broken and another made after godly design.
Then I curse the gods.
And your father, too. Talion would never champion a war for you if he inherits it all. And you, if you soil an alliance with me, what will Lycaeus do? You'll have nothing. No family, no homeland, no lover, no king.
I will find another way.
There is no other way.
Spare your wrath from him. Swear this, and I am yours.
I make no promises for that one.
A single drop of his blood sullies any care between us.
I'd say the same of mine, but marble doesn't bleed.
Tell him! A word!
I have none.
Wait, please!
My title, my inheritance, my father's blessing, have you? Why not take my words? Take my name, take my breath, if you can, as your soul.
Lycaeus speaks in anger!
Our ambition has ruined us.
Say, my eyes are yet mine. The same as they were the day ends. My hands the same as they were during our last embrace. My lips were yet mine, speaking devotion. Let the storms pass. All will be as it was.
The world takes you for a prince, lover. Indeed, royal lot and sorrowful lives.
You're brave, Archaon, but neither god nor man outpaces his nature. A proper challenge, then. Finally.
I know you to be a romantic by these. You took the stone. You split it and tied its pieces with waxed cord. Look here. The string is all but worn through with use.
It is broken.
You've torn
This
it.
cord binds the stone to me, no? And the cord wore thin with time and anger and long suffering, and now it is snapped, as it was destined to be. And my half of the stone returns to its twin. Keep it. Cast it off if you like, I care not.
If you would only hear
I
me.
did hear you! I heard you, and I warned you, and I took your comfort over what I knew. His heart will turn, a voice said. Its devotion falters in the face of greater rewards.
I never wanted
But
anything
you
to change.
denied me. You hastened me.
I broke no oaths.
Chasing shadows of betrayal not yet born, and not a day past of my warning proved true. You conspired with her. You met with her in the night. What dark works did you conceive that so burdened your conscience? You jeweled a demigod rather than...
It was as you said. It was as you said. There was magic afoot, and I fell prey.
You would play magic.
It was as you foretold.
It is not Callista, nor the gods on whom I cast blame for my consternation. Callista never misled me. The gods never swore their devotion.
God set us all on a strange path of fate.
Magic or no magic, you met with her, you spoke, you dallied. I have no interest in the very picture of your betrayal. I say who is to blame, and it is only forever you. Perhaps the only fault in all your life that bears a name.
And what name is that?
Ambition. The kind that leads men to lives of power and misery. For all the loves they cut down in their pursuit of the sun.
I am no Icarus.
And you are no king. You are a scavenger.
And you have the makings of a ruler. You can lead no armies, speak no rousing speeches. You bade me flee from a challenger. You clung to me like a child.
Fine, and curse me then, for trying to preserve the man I love.
Protect me. I was never in any danger.
I am
well.
the sword. You're broken already.
Corrupted for wanting to protect you from harm. Corrupted for wanting to avenge my family. After 17 years of idleness, Telly and I have forgotten who I am because of you. And all this time, they have suffered, while I have done nothing but serve you, entreat your mother, honor your father.
And you have the love of their son.
Can you spare me your jealousy for a moment?
Jealousy. I am known for that, aren't I? Jealousy burns in my heart for noble Archaon, jewel of the Elaean army, kind Archaon, minister to the mad queen, brave, handsome, strong Archaon is all these things. But he is never mine, for he will always give first allegiance to himself. I put my ambitions aside gladly in pursuit of you. All your oaths were as bells to me, and their music was so sweet that I forgot the very essence of a bell. Its very quality is found in its hollowness.
Can you spare
And let
me
you fool me.
the theatrics?
And forgive me for my vicious jealousy. But of all the people you could have chosen, you chose to take from me, as if I wouldn't give you. What wouldn't I give you? What could I possibly deny? Have your wife. Have my father, my mother, my crown. Have your guilt. Cast it all aside and strike me down if you have any mercy in you. Otherwise, I remain here, in the Queen's garden, forgotten like she is, full of nonsense like she is, and longing for an impossible liberation.
I am not going to strike you, Telion.
Not mercy, then.
Why are you never happy? Why do you insist on this constant gloom and melancholy? Why do you constantly wallow? How are you not tired?
I saw this. You, my crown on your head, baring your teeth like an animal. I saw it on the mountain. I see it every time I dare to sleep. My dreams foretell waking terrors, black with horror and death. Am I tired? I see visions of disarray and fear and weeping, and I know not where my dreams end and my realities begin. Am I tired? I glance at shadows now, and I see only prophecies of doom. I clock out, and unheed me. My warnings have left me sleepless and friendless and disgraced, scorned by those I trusted most, shunned and spited and cast aside. Lover, I tire. But for all this, I could not save you. I suffered delusions. Archaon, delusions and strangeness most unnatural to the mind. And it seems unnatural to the body as well. For I cannot feel as you feel, or want as you want. I crave no glory. I seek after no power. I cannot hate. It grinds my heart against a rough stone. But I long, condemn you, and curse you. But cannot utter the words.
I curse myself.
Death comes again. I hear him. Thanatos hunts on the wings of a swallow, and the lair will not escape a second time.
Turn your eye from this heinous scene. Hear my voice. Behold my face. I swore to love you by Helios himself against the blood-red sky, by every star in the heavens, to love you above all, against all. I know that my word is meaningless. I know that my oaths are hollow, but hear me now. I will know you in the river of forgetting, in the stars in the heavens, in the black dirt, and in our ashes on the wind.
You always add such beautiful words. I loved you for it.
It beats.
It is too late.
By the gods!
They come! The kings of Greece are on my heels.
Have they followed you this way?
They're lost in the garden maze, but not for long.
How has this come to be?
They've all got mad. They slaughter their competitors like beasts in the field.
The kings.
I've seen it.
What is it? What have you seen?
My sons! My boys! Always such strapping friends.
Heed him not.
Have no fear. I am your good father. It's time to prove your mettle is in hand. Go on. Take my sword. Will not fight you, boy. You are my champion. Your battle lies over the wall. The matter of the prize is not what falls your step. What, you think I'll take it for myself? Stab you in the back on your way out?
When you say it like that, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, your chiefs to seek you out. Will you hide here, corner, till they no throat with their teeth? Come, I arm you myself. Face your enemies, drink their blood, age the sword. to me. Obey your king, or die where you stand.
You are not the champion.
Steward over the blade, it's under my protection. It's mine.
Listen to me. You mustn't lay so much as a finger on the hilt.
What good is a prince with the sword of power compared to a king?
Let him have it. Let him tame his madness.
You won't learn it all when I'm gone. The sword, and my crown, anything your heart so desires. You don't make hearts with it now.
Come away with me while there's still time. I'll forgive all of it. You'll never hear a sore word of me again, please.
You can go. Get it here. Get it here. There's a good lad.
Oh,
Behind me!
oh glory!
Now!
It's
You will not fail! What now?
no good. Shut with it.
I won this sword in trial by combat. It bears my name, and it knows my heart. My heart tells me to run you through.
Oh, drop your arms, Archaon. There's no honor in slaying a defenseless man. How about a trade? My girl for the Ares blade. I know you're fond of her, the mother you never had. I care not what you do with her. Kill her, make her dance. But fail to obey your king, and you lose the choice. Your father, Daedalus, he understood the world. He saw a strong leader and knew where to put his worth.
He died for it. My mother died in your name, and you've done nothing to pay for their sacrifice, not in 15 years of prosperity and wealth.
I reared you since you were a boy, fed you, clothed you, housed you, taught you everything you know.
You used me. You primed me to die at your whim, to go without these walls, to face the men that you ran from.
If you were half as useful as your father,
You would have obeyed.
oh, 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 oh.
Your corpse will feed dogs and vermin and rot. You will wander this wretched earth as a shame and suffer the same fate you dealt Daedalus of Arcadia.
My son,
Mother,
my word.
mother, you're bleeding.
Is he dead? It was all for him. The king lives. Is he dead? We mourn for him, my dear. He never shed a tear for any soul but his own. It's safe now.
He'll heal you. Apollo will heal you like he healed me. You just have to. Please, please, come to the altar. Mother, you have to get up.
This is the hour of Apollo's blessing to you. Please. Please.
Stand.
Yesterday you never thought, I would never have dreamed.
Stand. Take up your weapon.
Do you still not see?
Take up your weapon.
What it made us do? I can't. My hands are wet with my mother's blood. Yours red with my father's. And, what could more accomplish? Are we not sullied enough? Are we not already damned? What do you want?
I want power. I want glory. I want vengeance.
There's nothing. Can you not see there is nothing left?
I want forgiveness. I want absolution. I want my prince to love me again.
Okay,
I want to be with my family. I should have stood and died with them. A good son stands and dies with his family.
do it. Strike me.
There is no honor in striking down.
There is
This
nothing
man.
that can defend me from you.
We have to go. The kings are hunting you. They're hunting all of us. Arcan, we have to go.
Let them come.
He's devoid of reason. It's possessed his mind.
And the sword lies. It's not what we thought.
You would say that, wouldn't you?
I have not seen men killed for nothing. War has purpose. Can you hear me? Bloodshed without purpose is murder. By the gods, man, he's not a threat.
But do you have any better solutions?
I can think of a few. Run.
No, there will be no more death today.
And then make yourself useful. Not very good at this, are you?
I won before, I will win again!
Unlike
Please make me believe this presence right.
Yeah.
I am sorry. This will not be one fight until you finish it.
Teleon, take the sword.
No!
He was going to kill you.
Be quiet. Be silent. I can't. Hey, you're all right.
He was going to kill both of us.
Be quiet. I can't listen to me. You're all right. Eyes on me. Yes. I can't take my hands. Lady strength. Listen, all is well. See, I was vain and jealous and silly and really the whole
Don't
thing
listen,
was just,
To his box.
what?
Don't win the box.
It was evil. Don't hurt yourself. Let me help you.
She closed it. There was hope left inside. There was hope left in Pandora's box.
Okay, I don't understand. I can't explain it to me. Again!
He's gone.
You don't know what you're talking about. Again! I know you can hear me!
Finish the prayer.
No!
Teleon.
You did enough! You brought it here, you let him win.
I did.
All this is your fault.
I didn't know.
It's your fault!
We're just pawns until we can't behave.
What?
It's them. It's their fault. They're always watching, always making bets on us. If you've got to blame someone, blame them.
They can fix it.
Teleon, they're not going to.
I see it. It's Polo's light. It's the air from the east. He can't. It's not his time. You. I saw you in my dream. In all my dreams. I saw you in death, and in turn you showed it to me. Under every rock and around every corner, buried in every fold of cloth and emerging from every grave, death. I felt its embrace. And while you gave me my life, you did not take it away. You showed me. And now I see. I call upon you. O gods, O Lord Apollo, whose praises I've sung all my life, whose comfort I've sought from the depths of my soul, but it is not comfort I look for now. Not guidance, not pity, not mercy. My audacity, Lord, but it was not the pity you granted me sight, not the mercy you gave me my life, when my mother by her own hand slaughtered me. In your name I was offered. You accepted me as your tool. And now, at last, I see the design, I hear the melody. Promised king lies dead. His last words called on hope. He was a proud man, yet even in his delirium he begged forgiveness. And there stands his promised queen. I see her now, Lord, with her gleaming mantle and her blazing sword, and I know her to be chosen as he was. I stand before you now, and I call upon your power. Fulfill my purpose. I know I have exhausted my part in this story. I have overstayed in my hubris on borrowed time, and now I offer myself. Whatever left is mine, I give to him. Take your cursed light and strike his heart with flame, almighty gods. Call him king of Leia and grant him all his desires, all that do not interfere with your machinations. Hear me, Apollo. I see fate's strings there. Mine has sung for you like the finest note. One last chord. Play it. For my mother, my father, my kingdom, my people, my eternal love. Welcome his peaceful reign I won't live to see. And for me, for all my sorrows and their long-awaited end. Shine bright, you are no mine. Let fear not dampen your light. For someday we all must die. Time takes back its due tonight. O som these mi de non lo silipus, o soni conesti tosi, tutte lo soprono saperti.
For the tonight, and I guess we're going to be variable with the ending. You're welcome to hang out if you want, or like leave. That's fine. We're gonna do it whether you're here or not. Like, just so you know. Thank you, Kai.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming.
True for this one. Praise chickens. Yes, sir. Yeah, well, I guess that's one that I can get on that. Safely done, my goodness. So near the stop. I want to try this. Not I. Yes, excellent. That's good to be. Go sit down. I can sit down. Actually, but fine tune some things. Yeah. But I mean, it's a lot of stuff, right? Pretty close. When it gets happening, you have your try.
Since like so Sorry. Just one came out of the somewhere else too. No. First I'm it's probably a mistake. And the first thing just which I was thinking like yeah, but so one even confronting. Thank you, Therese. Counting and accidentally scratch and then she stands to like for one of our daddies. It's
That's down.
yeah.
Right, not that. How long do you think?
So I said, like,
I'm teaching. I think Thompson loud. I just sure. I think I think well, I can you know like 24 hours or 2 hours. Oh, you're let's see, just how yeah. I would be good. Gives me the information. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a yeah, I mean, it's the same to me. That's what so, please. Yeah, right. We're going to start trying to get into audiobooks really. Extreme features of this is there would be
yeah.
it's on stage.
So so we might put it in there. Problem. Right? I know. Well, that's you can see I was. So I'm trying to suffer.
It's like a concert, yes. And then it's so bad the other two and I whacked it. That's that was silly.
Is there a codest?
Political photos, thank you, Lon.
So you went trying to take this.
Great. I have a plan most Sarah. It's hard to find comment nine. Beautiful. That was good. Okay. It's hard to be lots of words. Yes.
It's hard to okay. Okay. I'm not sure where we need at. Which makes that break? All right. We're starting with 3. We're starting with
Yeah. I know you're romantic by these. Broke a stone and tied its pieces with waxed cord. Look at the string. It is nearly worn through with use.
It is broken.
You've torn it.
The cord binds the stone to me, no? And the cord wore thin with time and anger and long suffering, and now it's that. And it was destined to be. My hand the stone returns to its stone. Keep it. Cast it off if you like, I care not.
If you would only hear me.
I did hear you. I heard you, and I warned you, and I took your comfort over what I knew. His heart will turn, a voice said. His devotion falters in the face of greater rewards.
You never wanted anything to change.
You chasten me from my jealousy. You're chasing shadows
No
of betrayal,
hopes.
not yet born, but not a day past. My warning proved true. You conspired with her. You met with her.
I did
in the
not.
Night. What dark works did you conceive that so burdened your conscience? You dueled a demigod rather than confess.
It was as you said. There was magic afoot, and I fell prey.
You would blame magic.
It was as you foretold.
It's not on Callista, nor the gods on whom I cast blame for my consternation. Callista never misled me. The gods never swore their devotion.
The gods set us all on a strange path of fate.
Fate, magic or no magic. You met with her, you spoke, you dallied, and I have no interest in the very picture of your betrayal. I say who is to blame, and it is only forever you. Perhaps the only fault in all your life that bears a name.
And what name is that?
Ambition. The kind that leads men to lives of power and misery, for all the loves they cut down in their pursuit of the sun.
I am no Icarus.
And you are no king. You are a scavenger.
And you? You have the makings of a ruler. You can lead no armies, speak no rousing speeches. You bade me flee from a challenger. You come to me like a child and begged.
Pride! And curse me then. For trying to preserve the man I love.
I was never in any danger. Look at me. I am well.
You fought for the sword. You're corrupted already.
Corrupted? Corrupted for wanting to protect you from harm. Corrupted for wanting to avenge my family. I tell you, in these 17 years of idleness, I have forgotten who I am for you. In all this time, they have suffered while I have done nothing but serve you, entreat your mother, honor your father.
And you have the love of their son.
Can you spare me your jealousy for a moment?
Jealousy. I am known for that, aren't I? Jealousy burns in my heart. For noble Archaon, the jewel of the Elean army, kind Archaon, minister to the Mad Queen, brave, handsome, strong Archaon is all these things. But he is never mine, for he will always give first allegiance to himself.
Always quick to strike at my pride, you are.
I let you fool me. I cast my ambitions aside gladly in pursuit of you. All your oaths were as bells to me, and the music was so sweet, I forgot the very essence of a bell. Its very quality is found in its hollowness.
Then you spare me the theatrics.
Forgive me for my vicious jealousy, but of all the people you could have taken from, you chose me. As if I wouldn't give you. What? What wouldn't I give you? What could I possibly deny? Have your wife. Have my father, my mother, my crown. Have your guilt. Cast it all aside. Strike me down if you have any mercy in you. Otherwise, I remain here, in the Queen's garden, forgotten like she is, full of nonsense like she is, and longing for an impossible liberation.
I am not going to strike you, Telion.
Not mercy, then.
Why are you never happy? Why must you insist on this constant gloom and melancholy? Why must you constantly wallow? How are you not tired?
I saw this. You, my crown on your head, baring your teeth like an animal. I saw it on the mountain. I see it every time I dare to sleep. My dreams foretell waking terrors black with horror and death. Am I tired? I see visions of disarray and fear and weeping, and I know not where my dreams end and my realities begin. Am I tired? I glance at shadows now, and I see only prophecies of doom. I cry out, and none heed me. My mornings have left me sleepless and friendless and disgraced. Scorned by those I trust in most. Shunned and spited and cast aside, lover. I tire. But for all this, I could not save you. I suffer delusions, Archaon. Delusions and strangeness most unnatural to the mind, and it seems unnatural to the body as well. For I cannot feel as you feel, nor want as you want. I crave no glory. I seek after no power. I cannot hate. It grinds my heart against a rough stone that I long to condemn you and curse you. But I cannot utter the words.
I curse myself.
Death comes again. I hear him. Thanatos hunts on the wings of a swallow, and Alea will not escape a second time.
Turn your eyes from this heinous. Hear my voice. Behold my face. I swore by Helios himself against a blood-red sky, by every star in the heavens, to love you above all, against all. I know that my word is meaningless. I know that my oaths are hollow, but hear me now. I will know you in the river of forgetting, in the stars, in the heavens, in the black dirt, and in our ashes on the wind.
You always had such beautiful words. I loved you for it.
My heart yet beats.
It's too late.
By the gods!
Come! The kings of Greece are on my heels.
Did they see you come this way?
They're lost in the garden maze, but not for long.
How has this come to be?
They've all gone mad. They slaughtered their competitors like beasts in the field.
I've seen it.
What is it? What have you seen?
My sons, my boys, always such strapping friends.
Heed him not.
Have no fear. I am your good father. The time to prove your mettle is at hand. Go on. Take my sword. I will not fight you, boy. You are my champion. Your battle lies over that wall. Matter of the prize. Is that what faults your step? What, you think I'll take it for myself? Stab you in the back on your way out?
When you say it like that, it wouldn't surprise me.
Will you just seek you out? Will you hide here, cornered till they throat with their teeth? Come, I arm you myself. Feast your enemies, drink their blood. Page the sword. To me, obey your king, or die where you stand.
You are not the champion.
Over the blade, it's under my protection. It's mine.
Mustn't take it, Archaon. Listen to me. You mustn't lay so much as a finger on the hilt.
What good is a prince with a sword of power compared to a king?
Let him have it. Let him die in his madness.
You will inherit it all when I'm gone. The sword, and my crown, anything your heart so desires. If you only part with it now.
Come away with me while there's yet time. I'll forgive all of it. You'll never hear a sore word of me again. Please.
You do not want to get here. Come on. That's a good laugh.
Get behind me now! No glory is worth it. I will not fail now. What can be done with it? I won this sword in trial by combat. It bears my name and knows my heart. And my heart tells me to run you through.
Drop your arms, Archaon. There's no honor in slaying a defenseless man. Go! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Can't.
Ha ha! How about a trade? My useless bastard for the Ares blade. I care not what you do with him. Keep him, kill him, make him dance. But fail to obey your king, and you lose the choice. Your father, Daedalus, he understood the world. He saw a strong leader and knew where to put his work.
He died for it. My mother died in your name. And you've done nothing to avenge their sacrifice, not in 15 years of prosperity and wealth.
I reared you since you were a boy. I fed you, clothed you, housed you, taught you everything you know.
You used me, you primed me to die at your whim, to go beyond these walls, to face the men that you ran from.
If you were half as useful as your father, you would have obeyed me that.
And your corpse will be dogs and vermin and meat. You wander this wretched earth and suffer the same fate you dealt to me.
My son, you hurt.
You're bleeding.
Is he dead? Is the king dead? It was all for nothing. I will spare my son. He never shed a tear for any soul but his own. We're safe now.
I failed. I failed all of it. I was stubborn. If I put aside my selfishness, gods, if I'd only taken the challenge myself.
This is the hour of Apollo's blessing, Telia. Peace. Peace.
How could you? How could you stand there idle and watch? Say something!
I didn't know.
Put the sword down.
I cannot.
Is this not enough? This conquest of power, lover, you have no need of it.
You want my sword.
Come, we will offer it at the altar.
You mean to take it from me?
You can be free of it. We can all be free of it if you'll just let me.
You'll mean to stab me in the back. I know you will.
It's only offer.
You have always punished me for my mistakes. And now that you've judged, you wish to be executioner.
Do as he says. He is your master, after all. It is unless you're the king, Archaon.
A vision from hell.
I had two options. Marry for love or succumb to my base urges, morning bride, evening beast, and all that. I suffered my whole life under the scrutiny of a man unworthy of my mother. And then I gave away my win. The most drastic test a strength the gods have ever devised, I wasted. Had a chance with a man unworthy of me.
Archaon, put the sword down.
Do you want to know what I learned? Run, if you can. By the way, there's no more fighters left to challenge you.
She killed them.
Like a herd of diseased cattle. What did I learn? To hazard a guess, I learned that the monster I've been running from, the beast inside of me, is my friend. The more fervently I resisted it, the more vicious it became. And who am I hurting myself for?
Telion, get behind me now.
My connection to the beast is the only gift my God has to offer me. The only thing that cannot be taken away. My anger is the only thing that may settle from time to time. It never sleeps, it never runs, never dies, and I feel better.
Stay back.
One would think I'd feel better after all that, couldn't you? But I don't. Again, I don't feel better.
I don't want to hurt you.
You keep trying to frighten me. It's endearing. Hand it over.
You know it is beyond my power.
Instruments of the gods are not designed for mortal hands.
The sword in the altar, Archaon. I won't touch it, I swear.
You are less about hurting me, more about hurting yourself. That's what I did. And look at me now, free as a bird.
Return the sword to the gods.
A demigod is close enough. You're lucky you've done my killing for the day. I tire of this. That's more like it. Has some heft to it too, my.
Archaon, we need to leave now.
And you? You've hated me since the beginning. Why?
I'm not leaving you, do you hear me? Come on.
I'm talking to you.
Ah! Get off!
What will it take? How many men have to die before you start? How much blood has to spill before I get the respect I deserve? You have evaded me and condemned me, all without offering the grace of looking me in the eyes. Is it? What makes you worthy? And I would put you so high above even the gods cannot tempt you. It cannot be hubris, else you would be struck down. I have the power of God in my right hand, poised to strike, and it will not down.
Sword of Himachus' trial is unwinnable. It will never obey you.
It obeyed Archaon.
It fulfilled its purpose here. To level House Lycaea of Alea, to free the queen. It is done.
No, my father gave it to me. He wanted me to have it.
I've seen what will come to be. I think you've seen it too.
No, you're lying. Oh, I'm worthy. I am worthy. I have worked and I've slaved and I have been patient when my heart told me to act and I've acted when I wished for death. I will win the glory of the sword and its divinity will save me from his bolt.
Zeus doesn't need a bolt to destroy you.
My father's dead.
Telion, the sword!
The Lord Apollo takes the beauty, redeem us a present strike on Lord Apollo. The lion tongue hear him with motion, O Lord. We make this offering in humility of your glory. Amen.
What is it to be born of war, to drink from the cup of fury and ambition, a warrior, but to fail the trial by war's own undoing? Not a hero, not a saint, but a pawn in the scheme of greater beings, petty disputes. The oracle sang of doom and chance, a prophecy written in shadowed halls where gods laughed and cruel hands wove the threads of fate not even I, beloved of my father, could dispel. I truly believe that if I were good enough, the choice was never mine. I thought I knew rage. Victory roaring, echoing in my chest like the drumming of 1,000 hearts, but it burned me to cinders, hollowed me with hunger, and left me yearning. Father, where is your rage now? The sword, said to be forged in the heat of your passion, the gift said to grant flight to your side. Will you guide me still? Or will I wander the earth with no purpose ahead of me but death? What will remain of me when the change is complete? I embraced your fury only to have it ripped from me like a knife from a child, formed into the shape of some lesser beast. What will remain of me? Will my soul remain, or will it be forgotten with the girl who bore your name? Will I remember the taste of vengeance, or will it be devoured by instincts too primal for human flesh? The earth beneath me trembles as if it too knows what is to come. Everything that was Callista Eridolos, gift from her father, shatters on the jagged shores at her divine intervention. Claws take root in hands I used once to hold to my mother in the night, and I cease to be.
She has changed.
I cursed my father. He failed to prepare me for his office. He saw through me like mirrored water.
He sought your life, Talion.
I cursed him that he sired me without imparting his virtues. Scorned him for the weakness I could not hide. Now the king is dead. And my father, too. But never again will his cruel eye pass over mine and find me lacking. Now the king is dead. And what once adorned his head is now a useless band of gold, honoring nothing. What worth bears the crown of an honorless man? And the queen, she spent her days in isolation and grief. Her son too afraid to face his past, a husband too proud to bear his shame. What worth bears the crown of a coward? I cursed him for withholding his virtues, but I cursed without seeing. The inheritance left him, he is folly. That Lycaeus gave in abundance. Lo, it seems that's all there ever was. Ruin and foolishness and death.
It is light for so heavy a burden. The weakness in me would wear this. Hermocrates' trial is behind me, but the shadow of its prize is long and dark over my soul. I imagined Ica burning in my veins, the very vestige of immortality within reach, godhood. If only I could. I tasted power, Talion. I drank from its cup and drowned.
don't want it.
I once thought the throne was the heaviest burden that one could bear. But now, after what I've seen, after what I've done, I know that the burden lies not in the title, but in what we sacrifice to attain it. Seeking no gain, none, sacrificed more than you.
What if there's nothing left? Though we may be crowned in their likeness, we are not gods.
The world demands that ascension from us. Whether we are ready or not, there is always something left. Together?
Together.